So, folks have been asking me, why is it that I'm doing what I'm doing? Why is it that I'm teaching everybody everything that took me like 10 years to figure out? Why am I just sharing all that? And I wanted to answer that question on a video because it's an awful lot to type. So, about 5 years ago, I got this really strong message that I needed to start working with other witchy folk, other magical folk, make some connections. Up until then, I had been doing all of my work really in secret. I don't know if that's just because that was what was taught and that was what was passed down and that's what we've heard, but everything that I had learned and everything that was really working for me, because even 5 years ago, I was doing really well for myself. I had built up this nice reputation where I live. Um, I was really busy with parties and stuff. Uh, and I got this, but I was keeping it all kind of quiet in my cloak, right? Wasn't telling anybody else what I was up to, what I was doing, what I had learned, what I had taught myself, because I felt like these are my secrets. And then I got this huge download from Spirit Guide saying, you have to start working with others and really working with them. Like, let them in. So uh, I fought it. I fought it for just a minute, having spirit saying, you know, connect, do the thing, was not what was coming naturally to me. I felt like, but I've got all this competition and I don't want my competition to. And the message from spirit was like, why are you looking at this as competition? When we work together, like the idea was, when we all work together, when we come together, we create something that's bigger than all of us. When we all work together, we create this louder light. And I know that might translate really funny, but that was the louder light. So I began to take steps to meet, even just connect with other practitioners in my community. And then, like, from a love space, from a I am open space, starting to connect with other people who wanted to learn, because even up till then, I had guarded how I learned tarot. So, like, I guarded that. So when people would come at me at even parties saying, I want to learn how to have a deck, I'd be like, let me teach you. So that happened for a little while. And then it was, to grow bigger, we've got to get bigger. And some things fell into place where I then connected with a woman who would become my mentor. So which was really strange for me, because also up until then, I had been all about, like, I'm at the top of my game. And I know that sounds like super egoic, but it was where I was, right? I'm really good and I know I'm really good and nobody has anything to teach me. Boom! So then I find this mentor who is open, and she's sharing all of her knowledge of how she has grown her business so that it is more loving and it's all encompassing, and it's the only thing that she does. And then it was like she, helped her husband quit his job and start his own business because she was doing so well, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, this whole, it was grew and grew and grew. And so anyway, come on back, Lori. So I hired this woman as a mentor, and my business, as I started working with all the folks that she was also working with, like everyone she was mentoring, she had like a mastermind system going. My stuff was growing and growing. Like, I was getting bigger offers, and I was doing a lot more readings, and parties were getting big. It was just, I was seeing the proof of how working with others and be in that beautiful give and take flow created something bigger than what I was on my own. I was learning all of these things from these other women that added to all the knowledge that I already had, which I thought was a lot at the time. And then I noticed that I was being taken more seriously as a professional in my community, and then also like within the county. And then it was expanding. So what I'm doing in the Tarot Marketing Mastery that we are starting in September is my intention is to take on only 13 folks. So I can do what my mentor did for me, taught me, like just shared all of her knowledge, whether it was the tech knowledge or whether it was the, something to do with readings, or it was something to do with, what's the word? Customer service. I got a little message that it's time for me to start doing this and to do it from that open, loving space. Like I'm giving you everything. And so then that comes back to like the reason that I'm doing it is because to expand how commonplace, not common, but how to normalize readers, to normalize what it is that we do, whether you're a medium, whether you're a energy healer, whether you read tarot cards, whatever it is. Our whole purpose is to create peace and harmony and healing and get clarity for the folks that we're reading for. And the more folks that we can all read, or the more folks that we can all reach, the more it creates this thing in our world where there's peace and harmony and clarity. Now, there's also a thing that I've discovered along the way where, I've got a very specific reading style and you've got a very specific reading style. And the people who are looking for you aren't necessarily going to want to sit with me because I might not have the message that they're specifically looking for. It's got to come from you, from your experiences, from your talent, from your gift, from your knowledge base. So I'm really good at marketing. And my intention is to connect with folks who are really good at what they do. Like you're in that space that I was in where you're a really great reader. We're just not reaching the folks who are looking for us, right? You just aren't reaching the folks that are looking for you. I want to teach you everything that I know about. And it's not just about social media. There's all kinds of other things. There's a little bit from over here. All the like red lines on the map connect. I want to share with you all that I've learned to help you fill up your day book as much as you want to fill it up. I'm also a really great helper when it comes to wrapping your brain around what it is that you are charging, where your money resistance is, where your growth resistance is, wherever your resistance is. There's a coaching element to this. So although I help you set up all the cogs and wheels when it comes to marketing, there's a coaching part of this too. And there's also just the questions where it's like, what payment processor and how do I use it? And how do I not get hand slapped for using it? All of those questions we answer in the Tarot Marketing Mastery. So we meet one-on-one, there's video lessons, but also there's the mastermind group. And that's where some really juicy stuff happens once a month. I also teach a class, a mastermind class where everybody who's in the program can come and sit in, and we do a little class and we do a little Q&A, and everybody gets to learn from everybody. So you get that experience that I had where there was all these ahas because other readers from other places are doing this and it's really working. And I never even thought of that before. My whole mission here is to create a really safe place for readers and energy workers and mediums and psychics, all of us, to grow and expand and learn these skills in a place where we understand your particular challenges, right? Like somebody in the tech industry or the fitness industry or a different industry isn't going to understand completely what it is that you're going through with your challenges. And that's where the mastermind is priceless. Well, I want to give everybody the experience that I had that will help boost your businesses, even if you don't think of your skill or your gift as a business. When we're going to live our soul purpose, and do our soul purpose work, I feel like it's so important that, if this is the thing that comes easy and this is the thing that gives you joy and this is the thing that you're really good at, that's the universe telling you this is soul purpose work for you. sometimes we just don't have the marketing plan in place. And a lot of us, I've totally run into people who are like, I don't want to market, or I don't need to market. And I always feel like, why? You know, the vet that lives in town, or the vet, or the bookkeeper that is so good at what they do and loves what they do, they don't have a problem marketing themselves, asking for the sale. There's something ingrained in our history, I think, as magical folk, as energetic folk, where we've been taught it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. And I deal with that too in the whole thing. I'm doing this because I feel like it's the right thing to do. I feel like it's the next thing on my path. It's so important for other readers to get out there. And then we become this support group that we all can tap into, that you guys can tap into, your whole support group, instead of feeling like you're doing it alone. Everybody has a little bit of something to add. And so 13 witches. If you're not a witch, that's fine. It's energy workers and it's magical folk. And I just like the word witch because it's spooky season. So we start in September. If you've got any questions, you'll see that I've got this thing set up that I call about discovery calls. And that's when you and I get on one-on-one. So you can ask your individual questions that are specific to your business. Will this work for me this way? Will this work for me if I want to do it this way? So we can have a little bit of chat to see if it feels right for you. I'm open to that because that's what I'm doing right now. We're open, we're sharing. Okay. I hope that answers the question. I hope that answers the question of like, Lori, why are you giving all your secrets away? Because I don't feel like they should be secrets anymore. I feel like this is important work that we do. It's important that we reach the folks who are out there floundering and waiting and looking and not getting their answer because the universe wants them to read with you and they just can't find you. I want to make it easier for them to find you. Okay. That's it. Have a really great day. If you've got questions, let's connect and we can have a little chit chat and maybe a discovery call if you're down for that. Okay, over Zoom or the phone. All right. Have a great day.